Alright, so we are trying a Yorian Jeskai pile here. Let's see how this works. Alright. Traditional standard rank. Jeskai Yorian. Let's run it on the ladder. Let's see what happens. Not sure how well it do, but alright. Play first. Running at 2 lands. I do have a cycle. That's tough. I have to put this on white, and then I have to put this on blue. I think we have to mold. Okay, well, we're gonna put this on white, I think. Just because it's the only way I could get white. What the heck? Okay, well, that was a good land draw. Now I can put this one on blue if I want. So we're playing against Gruul. Yep. So we're saving Glass Casket here because Glass Casket get hit the 5/5. And Scorching Dragonfire cannot hit the 5/5 Love Struck Beast, whatever it's called. That's the only reason why we're keeping that versus that. I think I'm gonna take a risk here and see if I can hit untap land. I did not, so maybe I just lost. Otherwise I would just come on, man. That was not cool. Yep, now you get to draw a bunch of cards. He has a full group now. Okay. Nope, not another land. Another land not to be seen. Just not drawing lands. We have to keep this. We have to take this out. Hopefully he doesn't have another one, because then I'm able to shatter on my turn. If he doesn't have something, what is it, 4 power higher? Yeah, 4 power higher. Okay, that's a good sign. He has 6 cards, but that's a good sign. Ooh, what? Guess we just shatter. Just clear the board out. What does he have in his hand that he didn't have a turn 4 play? Is he looking for a land, maybe? I don't know. Ooze? Okay, okay. If I could draw a land, I can play Narset Scorching Fire. So let's see if I can hit that land. Come on, land. There we go. Yep. Narset. Add red. Go ahead and kill this. Now we have a Narset in play. We have ECD, Typhoon, and Apparition. Even if he plays Questing Beast. Oh, I guess if he has double that, then sure. And it exiles it? Man. Oh, no, yeah, it does exile it. That's what his hand was full of, huh? Alright, we return Yorion. It's a land? I might need it. Yeah, we'll leave it on top because we're going to blink these 2 out anyways. So I'll just leave it on top. We just need land drops now. Kind of. Vivian's okay. It's not the greatest to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not like end all be all, but just because I have ECD here. Like I said, I have Yorion. So if he tries to drop another big card, I get to blink my ECD and kill it. And if he doesn't drop anything, I could blink Casket, Omen, Omen, ECD, and then ECD could hit the Love Struck. The Casket could hit the 3/3. Henge, that's a good one. He might have tapped wrong. He did. He used Auto Tapper. Yikes. Sorry, opponent. Auto Tapper for the win. Or I should say, in your case, Auto Tapper for the loss. 1, 2, 3. So we're not going to blink this because ECD is going to take out the henge. So there's no point to doing that. Plus I have now Dragonfire to take out the token. Don't think I need either of these. Take a Shatter, I guess. Sure. Question is, do I just kill this now? Maybe. Just so he can't play another henge off the top. Since I don't have another Yorion, he can't just windmill henge. And I have Apparition to take care of the Bone Crusher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has land henge. I guess he does it, but do I want to draw a bunch of cards here? Could wait on it and just take this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's wait a turn. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wait a turn. I could also Shatter here, and then, yeah, let's do that instead, actually. We both draw a card, but I have ECD could get something back now for me. 1, 2, 3. So I could create a 1/1. Don't think I need that. The reason I Shattered there was because now ECD has a target in my graveyard. Whereas before, it just has nothing. So I might as well just do it now. Yep. No! He drew a ooze? This guy is unreal. Literally drew an ooze. Guess that's the one downfall to doing it. That's just unlucky. There's nothing I could do about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9 mana. 3 creatures. Yes, 1, 2. So they can't do that. So I guess that's unfortunate. It's not end all be all though, but that is unfortunate. Is the only card that could punish me was the ooze, and I already got rid of. Yeah, I already got rid of one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just gaining life here, I guess. So we're gonna play this land out. Go ahead and just crack it now. We have all the red, all the blue. We have white. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4 white. I think we want white. Right? The ultimatum is what? 3 red? Do technically have 3 red? I think we want white, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll just grab white. I could 2, 4, 5. I could use these up and just start. I might have to now. Let's see. I could cycle 1, 2, 3, 4. I could cycle for 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could kill it. Depends on what he puts on it. I guess either way I could kill it because it makes it 4/4. Put Vigilance. Another ooze. Well, that's good. Vivian dies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's create a 4/4. Bone Crusher is a good one, right? I don't have any creatures. I do not. Does he have any creatures? He does not. So I can kill both this and kill the Vivian. Looks like a pretty good one. Well, I wish now I'd have grabbed the other color, but that's fine. Okay. So combat says vigilance. Go ahead and kill this Vivian. I'm just gonna wipe his board here too, just to be safe. There's no reason to take any chances. Like I said, there's no creatures here. There's no creatures there. So let's just clear the board and go from there. There's no creatures. And I'm just gonna do this as well, just so that Henge is, if he has a Henge in his hand, it's not so cheap. And yeah, we'll throw this out as well. Because look, he has 3, 6, 7, 8. He has 9 mana now. So if he wants to play Henge, he has to play Henge. That's all he can do. We're gonna keep the lands so that we can draw cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Shatter. Let's draw some cards. Draw 3 cards here. Spiked Hazard's not a bad card. So I'm gonna attack with these two. If he blocks, he blocks. If he doesn't, sure. And then we'll just go ahead and kill it. Just keep his board as clear as possible. That's literally the plan. Like, to make sure. So you get a 2/2 now out of it. If I leave his board clear, he can't play, Henge cheap. That's all that matters. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. This costs 7, 6, not enough. So I don't know if I want to shatter, but I kind of do. 48 cards left. 1, 2, I could shatter and cast Dream Trawler. I think that's fine. I get to draw a card off it anyways. We both draw a card, but ooh, that's a nice spicy one. We'll keep that in hand. We'll actually keep both in hand. I think that's game, right? Because I play this, I draw 5 cards. Got it. Got it, friend. Now you can play your Henge. Yep, see? We knew it all along. Henge was in his hand. Just keep him off the mana, off the creatures. Draw a card. Alright, target player gains 5/5, does 5 damage to any target, and then you draw 5 cards. So targeted player, targeted creature, planes, or planeswalker, draw 5 cards. This guy goes up to 9, and then I attack, it goes up to 10. Hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is very nice indeed. All right, so Gruul. Gruul, 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 Gruul. Let's see, what do we have that might be dead here? Um, Shark Typhoons, maybe not as good. Could probably shave at least two of those. Um, Caskets are good, that's good. That's technically good, but also not good. It has a few of his targets, like it has the bushwhack guy, whatever. It has the 1/1 that draws when you cast adventure cards. So Baneslayer, Flying First Strike, Lifelink. I think that might come in. What is this one gonna do? I think we just cut maybe all the Typhoons, especially on the draw. It seems a lot worse. Maybe we cut one of these, maybe even a Narset actually. The Narset kind of helps us ramp though, so I bring in the Baneslayers, the Interventions, negate, maybe the Scatters here too. Maybe I bring all those in. We have 4 cuts. We cut one of these. I think we cut. No, we're on the. Fortunately, we're on the. We can't cut that. Like, how do they kill this? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Protection from demons and dragons, lifelink, first strike. How do they get rid of that? We could cut a Dream Trawler here. How many lands do I have in the deck? 30 plus 4, so 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Cut one of those. All right, there we go. Oh, still get the time there, huh? All right. I knew the whole time he's just trying to catch one lander, no, or two lander, but we don't have white. I do have red. Get the kill out. If I draw white, it makes it better, but no, we can't keep that. This is a little much better. Keep this one. What do I bottom? I think maybe the Crusher. Because I need the lands. No, I think I'm gonna bottom one of the lands actually. I'm gonna bottom this one. So that's 2 removal. Hopefully, I have 3 lands on the draw. I have the early removal. Just hope. Yep, see, there's a land. Ooh. Okay, let's see what my opponent has. Yeah, see, Brushfire. If I had the 1/1 effect, I could kill it. We're gonna put this on. Actually, we can put this one on because we don't have that much. Yeah, we're gonna put this one on red. Save this one in case we need white. We have blue here. Technically have another blue here. We don't have that many double blue cards except for I think we straight up kill it here. So he has a Bone Crusher in his hand because there's a pause. I mean, with 2 mana, what is he going to do? So there's a Bone Crusher in his hand. So now we have Scatter and that. We're going to play this loud. Don't need another Bone Crusher. Now I kind of need like a big payoff card. Because I'm kind of controlling, or even Omen, so I can start using like Yorin. But I can counter any of his creatures he plays. I guess the only downfall here would be is if he plays like a Nissa, that would be bad. I could have played it out untapped actually, so that way I could double spell. As long as he doesn't play Nissa, I think we're fine. If you cast Nissa, we're in trouble. Still has Bone Crusher. Yes, we know you have Bone Crusher. Okay, we got ECD now, so we don't have to worry about actually, I'm gonna return this to my hand instead. That way, if he plays something big, I could ECD it, and then I can Yorion ECD another big card. See, Vivian's coming out. Yep.
Every creature deserves life,
Sure.
and I will protect them.
So we're gonna just Dragonfire this.
Beauty lies in variation.
Just to keep him lower on power to the board so that his hinges become weaker. Just control the board as much as possible, make henge as expensive as possible. I'm at 15, I'm in no danger of dying. Take that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be We need a big ultimatum here. Ultimatum. Left struck, that's fine. We could blink the ECD, take it away. Then he has 2 1/1s, 3, 6. He has 7. Bone Crusher, sure. We knew you had that. We knew. No, I keep drawing lands though. If I keep drawing lands, I will lose the game 100%. 100%. Maybe he was baiting for me to Yorion, so you can now play maybe Vivian. That could be bad. If he was baiting, that would be bad. But he has 2 cards in his hand. We have technically control at the moment, not knowing what he has in his hand. Just what he has on board, we have control. But like I said, we don't really know because we also have only... Ooh, speaking of... Wow, that was a good draw. Alright, so I think we need red, right? Because it only requires double blue. Yep. Alright, so... I think I killed this, though. Yeah. So I gain 5 life. I'm going to do 5 damage here. I draw 5 cards. And I think we'd start attacking. The reason why I killed the Bone Crusher is because now he would be able to cast Henge here. So, and doing 5 damage and bringing him down to 11 is irrelevant compared to keeping Henge off the field, you know? Okay, so maybe we attack here, play Shatter, hold up these. Sure. He gets to draw a card, but I think that's fine. Should have probably fetched this first, but because now I would have maybe drawn 1 less land, but it's alright, I think. What do we need? We might need more blue. Let me see, hold on. So we casting Bone Crusher here, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then the land. Yeah, we'll take blue. Leaving me up with red and white. Yep, that's fine. I have double Heliod's. I can take care of his Henge or Embercleave. I just have to dodge Vivian. That's all I have to dodge is Vivian. But if he plays Vivian, it's also fine because I can kill the token and then kill Ox. Ooh, that's a good one. But I get to now exile his Ox permanently. No, stop drawing lands. He did draw 3 cards, though. I need another ultimatum. Ugin. Okay, that's fine. I could destroy it. Sure. We'll destroy target artifact and enchantment. Get my creature back. Ooh, Dream Trawler. That's what I'm talking about. It's about time, Dream Trawler. It's been a while since I've seen you. He's not gonna block because he has Henge in his hand. Like he has Henge. Three, six, so 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 mana. He can't cast Henge without Bone Crusher. And if he casts Embercleave, it's fine. I have this. I don't have to block. I could even block if I want, but there's no reason to. Because I can just either gain double the life or just destroy something. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and protect that card for sure. Good game. Yep, that's not gonna fly. I'm not letting you kill my Dream Trawler. Sorry, opponent. There we go. There we go. So we are, I think we're around like 9-1 with the deck right now. That's pretty good. 9-1 is pretty good. So let's go check a overview of the deck. That's Jeskai Urian. Move this here just so we can see the sideboard. Okay, so here we go. So 9-1 overall so far, and we're in Diamond, so I'm pretty sure I can use this to get to Mythic, not a problem, especially if we're playing against a lot of Gruul decks, just because it has a lot of removal, and it seems very, very good against Gruul right now. So we have 2 hazards. This is just pick off early cards. It's you have to keep this as a land. Worst case scenario, it's a land. I would keep this in just because, like I said, against Gruul, you have the Brushfire, you have the green guy that draws cards off Adventure. I forgot his name. It can also kill the 1/1 tokens Love Struck creates. So it's good. I would keep that. 3 caskets. I wouldn't change that. Birth of Meletus. This could be cut, obviously, just because you run enough lands anyways. You don't really necessarily need this. So we're running, what is it, 30 lands. We have 4 Amaria's Call, 2 Seagates, so that's 36, 37, 38. We're running 38 lands. You don't technically need this. You can cut this for maybe, you could do Omen of the Sea or of the Sun if you like. You could do the Red Omen if you like. That also gives you more Yorion targets as well. That's something you could do. Obviously, or you can even do so you can even cut these and add. Actually, I would do that. I didn't think I didn't realize I didn't have more Yorions in the deck. So I would probably cut these, maybe just 1, if 2, and add. Also, I don't think I need 4 shatters. So maybe cut 1 of these, cut 1 shatter, add 2 Yorions into the main deck. I mean, you don't run that many blink effects, but it doesn't hurt to keep blinking Conquer, Omen, Casket, I guess, Skyclave. You could blink Narset if you like, Trawler when you after you attack. But thinking more of it, no, maybe 1 Yorion. Maybe 1 Yorion. Cut 1 Shatter, 1 Yorion, or cut 1 Birth of Meletus. Actually, cut 1 Birth of Meletus, add 1 Yorion. You don't have that many targets to blink actually, so you don't want to do that. Obviously, 4 Omen of the Seas, you're in a blue deck, you keep that. 4 Scorching Fire is great. You could change these if you like for, what is it called? It's called Fire Prophecy, I think. This one. So that way, if you're playing against more of a controller deck, you can use the effect to put like shatters to the bottom or something like that. So you can do that, but I do like it for the exile effect. It came in a handy against, like if you play against Rakdos, it was very good. I could exile their Croxa. Against right now, you just saw it exile their Ox, so they can't keep doing that. Bone Crusher, I mean, 4 Skyclaves, you got to keep 4 Skyclaves, you can't change that. Bone Crusher, you can possibly cut this, so this could be a 2 of instead of a 3 of, just because you have 4 of these anyways. You can easily cut 1 of those. 4 shatters, like I said, you can bring this down possibly to 3. You have enough removal that you probably don't need 4. 4 Narsets, very good card. It's a win condition. It ramps you to play like turn 5 Typhoon. That's like huge right there. Turn 5 Typhoon is big. You can use it also to cast this early because technically this side is a spell. So when you use the effect, you can cast this on turn 6. play Ultimatum on turn 6, Ugin turn 7, and then the worst case scenario, it has the minus effect to draw you cards and do damage to their creatures. So, like, it has 3 relevant effects for this deck. So I wouldn't cut any Narsets. Conquers that just, you gotta get rid of those hinges, all that stuff. So you keep those 4 in. 4 Shark Typhoons, sure. You could cut maybe that to 3. If you want to cut some of these permanents, you could cut them down, like cut that to 3, cut Shatter to 3, Bone Crusher to 2, Meletus to 1, and you can add like Yorion, like 1 or 2 Yorions, and add more permanents to blink with Yorion if you want to do that route. 4 Mario X calls, this isn't really needed at 4. You could do this at 3, so if you only have 3 of them, 3 is perfectly fine. Seagate, I would keep at 2, it's really good. Ultimatum, won me both those games. 1 of Ugin. So one of the things I was thinking about was adding a Fae of Wishes to the main deck, and it can kind of help. Obviously you can't grab this, but you can also change. If you do that, you would change the sideboard slightly, so that way it isn't like, 6-7 cards. You would make it a little more tutorable for a lot of cards. But if you don't do the Fae of Wishes, I think the sideboard's good. Tormod Cribs against like Rakdos, Rogues, so you can target yourself, so that way their counter spells and their creatures become useless. Essence Scatters, I brought them in against Gruul. It's a very good card against Gruul. Good against Rogues, I guess, also because it is and it isn't, because they're playing the creatures on your turn, so you're using up the mana on your turn. But it is also a counter to their creatures, so negates are good. You bring those in kind of against Henge, Yorion decks, Emerald Cleaves, Rogues. Mystical Disputes are there for the rogue decks. This one, I mean, it's very interesting. After playing, the 10 games, I never brought this in. So I would easily cut this. You can add something way better than this, I would say. Like, didn't really do anything. I wanted to try it out because it does do 5 damage, but it's at 4, and the reason why I put it in is because it could do the damage to planeswalkers. So like I was thinking against Vivian, that's the planeswalker you mainly see. You can kill Vivian with it, but yeah, I would cut this. And you could easily add something else, but this didn't do anything. Baneslayer was good against the so if you got it against rogues and you were able to, you don't have to protect it because they don't run that much removal, but if you were able to like bring it onto the board against rogues, they really can't do anything after that. It's also good against the Gruul decks. It's good against the Gruul decks. Heliod's Intervention, Yorion decks, Great Henge, Embercleave. This is easily keeping the deck. Even if you play against red decks, you can bring it in and you can double gain lifelink. But yeah, that's the deck. 9-1 so far with it. So, but yeah. All right, let's do a quick sideboard guide. I have, I would say, 4 to 5 decks that are mainly being played meta decks, and then there's some fringe decks. So the main decks that you are seeing play is Adventure, mainly Gruul Adventure. You might see, black, green, black Adventure, but mainly you're seeing Gruul. You got Doom decks, which are either, most likely you'll see Esper, you might see Abzan, maybe black, white, but it's primarily Esper. You have Rogue decks, you have ramp decks, mostly Teamer, probably only Teamer you'll see. You have Rakdos decks, and I believe that's it as far as metagame. So if I'm playing against Gruul and I'm on the play, what I do is I add 2 Essence Scatters, I add 1 Heliod, 2 Negates, and 2 Baneslayers. What I take out is 2 Birth of Meletus, I take out 1 Narset, I take out 1 Call of Emeria, and I take out 2 Shark Typhoons, and I take out 1 Dream Trawler. That's if I'm on the play. Now, if I'm on the draw, I take out 2 Scatters, or I add 2 Scatters, I add 1 Negate, 1 Heliod, and 1 Ox, and I take out 2 Birth of Meletus, 2 Shark Typhoons, and 1 Call of Emeria. And the reason behind on the play versus the draw here is, so So the other way, I had two Heliod's on the play versus draw, and I have one Heliod here. So now, if I'm on the draw, I don't want to kind of draw this, or this will be fine. I guess if you have two, you put two in, it'll be fine because you can destroy artifacts after they resolve it. But the problem here, so I had two on the play and one on the draw, is if they already resolve a Vivian or Embercleave or Henge or something like that, and you draw this after, it becomes very useless. Whereas this, if you do draw it after, minus the Vivian, of course, you can still destroy the Henge or Embercleave. And the reason why I add the Essence Scatter regardless is because you're gonna have two mana regardless before they have when they have three. So if you're on the play, you'll have two when they have two, and but you'll have two mana regardless before they hit three. So now you can counter Love Struck Beast, and which makes Henge very cheap. So I always bring in two scatters because I get to counter Love Struck Beast regardless. I take out the Amaria's Call because you're running a lot of lands anyways. I take out the Shark Typhoons because they're kind of not useless, but like on turn 3, you're cycling it, you're making a 1/1. If you're hard casting it on turn 6, you're probably winning the game if you're hard casting it. So I cut 2 because it's at least a 3 mana play to create a 1/1. And then on the play, Ox is or on the draw, Ox is good because you're doing a lot of 1-for-1s. You can even bring this in on the play and the draw because you're doing a lot of 1-for-1s, and then this kind of helps you replenish your hand. That's against the Gruul decks. Against the Doom decks, mainly Esper or Abzan, what I bring in or what I take out is 3 Caskets, 2 Scorching Dragonfires, and 4 Shatters because they don't really run creatures. I guess the only creatures you'll see is maybe Skyclave or maybe a Charming Prince and a Yorion. That's pretty much it. And what I bring in is 2 Negates, 3 Disputes, 2 Oxes, 2 Helions. This is because, like I said, you're doing some 1-for-1s, and then this kind of replenishes your hand. They're making you discard with Doom Foretold. They're gaining the card advantage. Ox will be there to recoup the advantage. Heliod's there to destroy Doom and all the other enchantment artifact stuff, negate and mystical disputes to kind of counter it before it happens. The only difference here now, and this is if you're playing against Doom decks, Yorion Doom piles. The only difference here, if you're playing say like a green-white food Yorion deck, is you have to keep in your removal because they're running a lot of creatures. They're running Goose, they're running Wicked Wolf, they're running Visionary, stuff like that. So you have to keep those in. What I would cut instead would be 2 probably Spiked Hazards because they don't have any creatures with 1 toughness. And I would cut 2 Shark Typhoons. And let's see, what would you bring in? You would bring in 2 Heliod's for sure. I would bring in 2 Oxes and 2 Negates. So that's 6 cards. You take out 2. You take out 1 Birth of Melinis, that's 3. You take out 1 Narset, that's 4. Take out 2 Shark Typhoons, that's 6. So that's against the Yorion food deck. Now against Rogues, you also have a play draw here. So against Rogues, if you're on the play, you bring in 1 Tormod's Crib, 2 Scatters, 2 Negates, 3 Disputes, and 2 Oxes. The reason why I bring in Scatter on the play is, yeah, they get to resolve their 1/1, but you have Spiked Hazard to deal with it. You have Scorching Dragonfire, you have Bone Crusher. You'll be able to get 2 mana before they get 2 mana, so you'll be able to counter their 1/3 flyer guy that mills you. Obviously, you're playing on your turn versus their turn, but it's fine because you're trying to keep them off their creatures that mill you. So you bring those in. What I take out is 2 Birth of Melitus because it's kind of slow. I take out 4 ECDs because the only 3 costs or higher they play you can remove is Loras. So I take that out, I take out 1 Narset, and I take out 2 Shatters. Once again, Shatter is good, but it's also not good because if you're trying to spend 4 mana to destroy their creatures on board, most likely have a Tron lock anyways, and you just spent 4 mana to try to do that. So I take out 2, and I'd rather just do 1-for-1s on instant speed with Bone Crusher in that. What I bring in, so that's what I brought in. That's on the play. Now, if you're on the draw, I bring in 1 Tormod's Crib, 2 Negates, 3 Disputes, 2 Oxes, same thing, but the difference here is you bring, let's see, you do 2 Birth, you take out 2 Birth, you do 4 ECDs, one Narset, one Shatter. So this time we kept in one Shatter because you're on the draw. Actually, it's the opposite way. It's no, that's fine. Yeah, and then you bring in the same setup. So you just do you take out the two bird, the force, ECD. ECD is just so useless against them. Narset and the Shatters. So that's against rogues. Now, if you're playing against, let's say, ramp, most likely teamer ramp, very simple sideboarding. There's no play, no draw. You don't have to deal with that. You just bring in two negates, three disputes. I bring in two oxes. I take out the three caskets. I take out the four sky claves. These literally can't hit. I guess it could hit Lotus Cobra, but you have Spiked Hazard, you have Scorching Dragonfire, and you have Bone Crusher. And the reason why I keep in Scorching Dragonfire is if you have permanents in play, he's going to cast Ugin minus, let's say -4, right? You have Narset in play. He -4s, you could Dragonfire and kill the Ugin because this could do 3 damage to target creature or Planeswalker. So, and the Casket and Skyclave, they don't hit anything except for Lotus Cobra in the deck, whereas this can hit, this can hit Lotus Cobra, this can hit Ugin. That's kind of it. I mean, you could do 3 damage to the dragon and then Spiked Hazard to do the last damage or Bone Crusher to do the last damage. But Skyclave and Casket don't do anything, and then you just bring in more counter. You bring in counter spells and Ox to kind of after you use up your hand, Ox to kind of give you some cards back. Now the Rakdos decks, I know there's Jund Sacrifice Rakdos, and then there's just red black Rakdos. What I bring against Rakdos is I bring in Tormod's Carib, 2 Essence Scatters, and I bring in 2 Oxes. The disputes not so good. Baneslayer. You could bring in Baneslayer after sideboard, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would just bring in the 2 Essence Scatters, Tormods, 2 Oxes. You could bring in 1 Negate, but they don't run that many spells. The only spells that you see is what Timur's Call. You see Liliana, but not like a massive amount of Liliana. They will turn into maybe more of a control deck after sideboarding, but that's fine because then they had to take out some spells. And what you take out against them is I take out 2 Birth of Meletus. I take out probably 2 Shatters here for sure, and I take out like 2 of these ECDs. The only thing ECD could hit in against that deck would be Timurit Calls, but they already got their value at least once, and you could probably hit Liliana. If you're playing against the Jund version and they have, the sack guy, it could hit that, but I'd rather just, take it out because there's less targets. So this is you take out those and you bring those in. There's obviously other fringe decks that you might see, but that should be the majority of the deck. And so yeah, that is the sideboard guide. Hopefully that helps you out. So in the description of the video, you'll have the links to the deck list, my Facebook, Twitter, my Twitch stream. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. I post videos, 3-4 videos a week. Of course, like I said, the full deck list will be in the description, as well as the link to my Twitch stream. I stream these prior to posting these on YouTube, so you'll get to see the deck prior to I post it. Usually I post it 3-4 days after I play it. But yeah, so make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and look out for more of my videos to come.